All right, now President Muhammad Buhari has asked governors of the 36 states of the Federation and the FCT to own the fight against COVID-19 in the wake of the second wave of the pandemic. The president authorized the Presidential Task Force on COVID-19 to engage with the governors to assume full ownership of the stage of the response to the second wave of the coronavirus pandemic. Now, in Kano State, the coordinator of the state response team, Dr. Hussein Tijani, says that the state was reviving all the structures that responded to the first outbreak of the COVID-19 in the state. The Kaduna State government, on the other hand, through its state task force, has enforced the closure of bars, event centers, nightclubs, and gyms, while government and private offices now enforce the use of face masks and other COVID-19 protocols. The Niger State government directed the closure of public and private schools as well as tertiary institutions across the state. Meanwhile, the Lagos State government in a tweet says that failure to wear a face mask in public could send anyone to prison. All right, so those are some of the issues we're looking at right now. Joining me in the studio is first Vice President, West African College of Nurses, Shola Akiti. It's nice to have you join us this morning. Welcome.
Good morning.
Great. And we also have, besides Shola, we also have Bukola Adeosuntela, Fellow West African College of Nursing and Chief Nursing Officer in the Federal Neuropsychiatric Hospital in Yaba. Good morning. Nice to see you.
Thank you. Good morning.
Good morning. All right. Now, let me start with, well, we've been speaking with Shola for some time now. So let me start with you, Bukola, this morning. Now, the federal government is saying that states should own this fight now against COVID-19. Talk to us about the capacity of states at this level now. If the federal government is saying, states, please take it away from here, what do you think? You are in the hospital, so you can tell us something better.
Well, from the facts that we have on ground, states handling their own health issue at this point in time will have to, guide us, to really know that we're bringing it down to the grassroots.
Okay.
Because the state coming down to the local, it's coming closer to the people. And this makes it even easier for people to assess health. But, be that as it may, from the look of things, people tend to, source personal efforts, and they would have exhausted all the possible means before thinking of coming into institution,
okay.
Health institution.
Because sometimes people are not sure what they have. They have some symptoms, they just try different things.
Going by the fact that, I'm into psychiatry,
yes.
I have mental health, I'm a mental health care provider. That anxiety, a palpable, degree of fear is in people. They even just having other symptoms that are not COVID-related. People have that fear already, that could it be COVID? And, considering the stigmatization that is out there, they don't want to come out. I have a case that the person was told that the test is positive, and the person put up denial. We call that in psychiatric setting denial. The person put up denial. God forbid. That is it. I don't have it. What's wrong with me? Considering what Mrs. Aketi said yesterday, that a whole lot of cases that we have out here are asymptomatic. That is, they go about with the viruses, but they are not showing symptoms. So if anyone at this point is being, having signs or funny, good enough, you've been tested and you're positive, it will be good and professionally advisable to seek proper care.
Certainly, that is good in that regard. But one other thing, Shola, let me come to you, is sometimes it seems like the agencies are very overwhelmed with the number of people calling in at different times to find out this and find out that, and then the scheduling as to, okay, you have it. There are some persons who have been lined up for a test and diagnosis. You have to wait a little bit, and all of that. Talk to us from that window, really.
Thank you once again for inviting me.
Nice to see you.
It's a pleasure.
Yeah.
COVID-19 is real. It's already here with us.
That is the facts on ground right now.
June 3rd, we have 10,819. December 21st, we have 66,228. Yesterday, or December 21st, it was 78,432. Between yesterday that we have 356 new cases, and this morning, 999. Is something to tell us that we're looking forward and do the needful. No more denial stage.
And so, with this number, it is said that it is enough yet.
At all. Go to the market from experience. They will tell what is coronavirus. I had a case, a clinical case that could not perceive odor any longer.
Okay.
And that one is the cardinal symptoms. Loss of appetite. The next thing he subjected himself to all these local herbs. And he said, Mommy, I'm better. I said, better? Have you tested? He said, I don't need that test. It's a lie. So people should come out with the fact that it is real. They should come for testing. They should express themselves in a way that somebody will be of help to them. Back to the agencies that are assisting. There are so many clinical laboratories that are available. But the cost implication is another factor. So people should come out. Government is offering it free at Yaba. I'm talking of Lagos State. Anyway, for other states, I think they should take a clue from Lagos State. We should applaud what Lagos State government is doing by ensuring that that testing center is available for them. Then the agency should also support. We have so many international agencies around us. They should come in at this stage to assist an individual or each state.
Okay.
Then back to what you asked for the first questions, that for each state to now take over the sole responsibility.
Exactly.
Yes, there's a need for us, especially when I mentioned the issue of risk management, the surveillance. In our community, we have it. Then at the exterior, we need to get to that place, riverine and all those exteriors, so that we can go and sensitize them. This is the yellow time. They are coming to us, or we are going to them. Nostalgic feelings. Let me go and see my family. Because Christmas time is a time of reunion. It's a nice time of reunion. If you have been postponing your visit before now, this is time for you now to go and meet with your family. It brings that nostalgic feeling. It makes you to believe that I belong to the family. This family recognizes. Come and see the way many people are now coming in from outside the country because they've been longing for this period at Christmas time. It used to be celebrated more than this and that. However, when they are going to take into considerations the protocol measures that are being in place, and this is time, if I must suggest, for anybody, I'm talking of anybody coming from understanding environment, to meet with the stakeholders in that local area and give them tips or suggestions on the better way to handle use.
All right. Now, the issue of traveling, a lot of people certainly want to share time with family, but it is said that if you can postpone that until further notice for now, please stay home. It is the person who is alive that can celebrate reunions.
That's right. You're right.
All right. Bukola, let me come to you on this. The point there is, we hear that a lot of people have different kind of symptoms, and they're staying at home to test different things and trying to self-medicate for themselves and all of that. Talk to us basically. How helpful is that, or how dangerous is that?
Wow, that's a very important question at this time. People having symptoms and taking to the option of treating themselves or self-medicating at home is really, really dangerous. As I earlier said, it will be better. They will say prevention is better than cure.
Exactly. And
even cheaper than cure. So it will be better if you come up with any symptom, even at this festive period that you will receive visitors, you have the tendency of going out. Well, it has been advised if you don't need to go out, stay at home and do the merriment with your immediate family. So having said that, anyone coming down with any symptom should seek proper medical attention from reputable health institution. It will be very dangerous to self-medicate at home because that person is not only doing harm to him or herself, but exposing his family members to more danger. Come to think of family members that are susceptible, like family members that are the younger group, the elderly, yes, those with other underlying medical conditions like diabetes, heart-related issues. Such a person that takes to the option of self-medicating is exposing this category of people the more.
But some people say that is a way of also helping the medical facilities who are overwhelmed already, that not everybody is going to the facility. So if people medicate or self-medicate at home one way or the other, that it helps the health system. Shall I talk to us about this too? Add your voice to it.
Thank you once again.
We've engaged people, and they're saying, well, you make calls, and then you're put on hold. A lot of people are calling. They can't get spaces to stay, and there's the agencies are overwhelmed. So why don't we do some things to help ourselves at home and all of that?
Before, like I said, culture is dynamic.
Yes.
And there are some things that came up with the cultural base. I was watching some of your people in which the man was saying, this was how my grandfather taught me. Yes, don't like the man from his culture. I would say, when it comes to scientific proof, it's advisable to go to these experts that can be of help to you. After medicating, or using all the apps and available means, how do you assess whether you are cured?
Exactly. You can complicate the whole issue.
Sure. Okay. Problems we are having in our society today are traceable. Because the concentration, they cannot devise whether this should be the minimum I should take or not. Many are injurious to their organ or the system. So I would suggest that let them go to the hospital for this evaluation. How do you evaluate? So there's something that you do and is working for you. Go along with it and show this. You must subject those events to tests. I would totally support that you use any local means. They can advise the people that this is what we are using before. I'm using seeking for advice, not to totally use it. Because our people say, oh, you can be using it miles. And before they started affecting
the moment you even hear any hint that it's salt you can use or it is ginger you can use, everyone just falls for it.
So the professionals that have gone through some clinical trials of such products should be considered to seek advice from them. Before putting drugs out there, it has gone through so many processes. And in pharmacokinetics, if your drug is not of effect or not clinical, they evaluate you again, take you through some processes, take you through some investigations that might be, this kind of person might be exhibiting this. But if you don't go for if you don't go for clarity, don't go for advice, how do you come out of such changes? So I should seek advice for the expert and insist on that.
Okay. Seek advice anytime. All right. Now, what area is health officials who are on the front line? In Egypt, they call them white soldiers.
Yes.
And it's really interesting how because they are the ones fighting on behalf of the people. Talk to us about the challenges that health officials have been going through. There has been the calls all the while, inadequate allowances and welfare, PPEs and all of that. But I wonder if that has changed so far.
Thank you. You are touching a very sensitive.
Oh yes, it's quite sensitive. Exactly, it's quite sensitive. But we need to talk about it so that we can draw the right attention to them.
Well, talking about challenges of the so-called white soldiers, as you have said, they are being named in Egypt because they are really soldiers. I give kudos to my colleagues who are there at the front line, sacrificing their lives and even the psychological status and well-being of theirs to save others. Having said that, the challenges are enormous. And starting from the psychological aspect, they are humans. For them to know quite well that this is a novel disease, and they have to, come up and save others. Regardless of...
And that kind of feeling where you're going in, you're waking up, anything can happen today.
Honestly.
Wow.
So, at the end of returning home, you might come back, infecting your own immediate family and all the rest. And all that goes to answer for the psychological challenge that they themselves have. Having overcome that, let's come to the remuneration. How adequate and efficient is this? We still really need to look into it. There is still room for improvement as far as that is concerned. Talk of PPE. I want to say that, I'm giving kudos and appreciation to people, organizations that have come in support, especially to Lagos State, to make donations here and there to support them because of the overwhelming, state of the COVID-19 pandemic that we have in the state. Aside that, I want to say it's with all the support, it's improving, but there is still room for improvement. Okay. We still need to have more, considering the second, wave of the COVID-19 that we are having at hand. Okay. So more support, more provision for PPEs for these white soldiers that are on ground.
Exactly. That's nice. Shola, let's talk about the issue of collaboration now. I know we were talking about this some time ago. You were talking how Nigeria is assisting some other West African countries. But talk to us, what is the nature of collaboration that is going on between nurses, health professionals in Nigeria, and others who are even looking up to Nigeria for one assistance or the other?
Thank you very much. There have been so many collaborations coming from all angles.
Okay.
The first collaboration West Africa had was with WHO. WHO set up some communications and trainings in capacity. And so nurses kit that was back March. It was declared as a pandemic. Well, towards the state of the training, decided to say, no, this has to spread the sub-country, areas. And that's why we came to that. Like I said yesterday, there are 20 sessions for 11 weeks, 2 sessions per week. And it was highly educative, informative, and empowered. It enabled my colleagues to go to the nose and cranes to sit and build capacity. They are doing it in the north, as I'm telling you. Right, that has started, and nurses are as not only the frontliner in the care, but in training as much as possible. The collaboration we need to have should be within and outside. This is the one outside is what I just started, but within is the one among all care workers. Let's start from there. This is the time to build the structure together everybody more. This is like Lagos State. Because they are for that. They collaborate, all health care workers. And like I said, we have so many pillars: surveillance and case searching, case management, risk communication, infection prevention control. And like all the pillars are working every day. It does not exclude anybody. Be you a pharmacist, a medical doctor, physician, everybody. In fact, the intimate, I'm giving kudos to everybody. Everything is collaborating. So there's a need. Everybody come together now. This is the time to say, no, it's not to our base any longer. And that collaboration, it will help our people in the community, not so much for the ravaging events.
All right. Amazing. I have to leave you here now. Sholaketi, First Vice President, West African College of Nurses. Thank you so much for coming on the program. And Bukola Dioshun Teller, thank you very much for coming as well.
Thank you for having me.
Really appreciate you.
Thank you.
Okay.